Hello, YouTube. Or hello to anyone who's watching. My name's Imani. Um, yeah. So we're here with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what is maladaptive daydreaming. For those of you who come across this video and have this thing and don't necessarily know that it's a thing, you're just now finding out about it. These are for those people. um, because as I said before, I did not know that this was a thing. Like, it had a name for it. We had a title. Someone titled it. So, um, yeah. But to anyone who come across this video and they don't know about this having a name and they're just finding out and you have it, do not be ashamed. Do not feel you're not alone and do not feel guilty. Okay? Thankfully, there's more people out there doing this, and I don't feel alone. So, to anyone who's feeling like they're alone and they're the only one doing this and they're crazy or they feel ashamed, don't feel ashamed for it. Don't feel ashamed. Um, if anything, just try to really take care of yourself and find balance in doing it and stuff. And if it's therapeutical, then but anyways, so yeah, what is maladaptive daydreaming? Now, maladaptive daydreaming is, well, they're calling it a psychiatric disorder from what I read from Google from doing my research a long time ago. But um yeah, they're calling it a psychiatric disorder, but I don't really necessarily believe it is. I just think that it's just a coping mechanism when kind of like, and it can become a form of an addiction, especially since we've been doing it or we're doing it pretty much forever. But yeah, it's more like a coping mechanism. It's just to help cope with life and just the reality of things, you know. Um, but yeah, it's more like a coping mechanism, but it's basically where a person daydreams. Like, you can have, it's not like a regular type daydream where like you just go like, you have like normal daydreams and they're just like short daydreams. This is where you're constantly, consistently doing it over and over and over again. And you got triggers such as music, movies, TV shows, even books, you know. Um, it is a struggle, and it's I don't you're not alone. You're just not alone. There's many other people. You have people on TikTok literally making videos about this and talking about it, which is so exciting because it's like for a long period of time I felt like I was alone and I was the only one losing my mind. But anyway, so yeah, but it's where somebody daydreams for excessive long periods of time and for hours, and they go and they create worlds and like little fantasies, and they create characters, and they have imaginary friends and all of that. And I don't really necessarily, in my opinion, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. It is very helpful on some occasions, because when you're just like, I don't know, stressed out about something or bored about something, you just want to go off and you want to go daydream, right? You want to go and go into that world, right? So, yeah, it's that, and but on the flip side of that, as if anybody who came across my other videos, on the flip side of that, it it can take away majority of your time if you don't have any form of control over it, and it can take away it can be an interruption in your life, and in just daily life and tasks and things and responsibilities that you have to do and all of that stuff. It can become it can become very it can become very, you know, just very time consuming when you don't know how to really manage it and stuff. So but that's what it is. And for anybody who's new to my videos, because I just started making videos and talking about it, because I just want to help spread more awareness to the community and other people who are just going through it, and maybe anybody who's new and feeling like they're alone. Like, I totally understand. You're not alone. You're not. And I empathize with that. You're not alone. But yeah, it can be very time consuming, and I would say, like, don't stop, because it really helps with creativity. It helps with just, like, think about it. It's almost like you have a superpower. you know, like like people who think that, like, people with mental illnesses are crazy, like someone, let's say somebody with schizophrenia or any kind of just mental disorder and just things going on. It's just all like, it's just people who are just different. Like, I won't necessarily say that you're special, but just different, And it's like, it's almost like you're X-Men, like with like you have a superpower, like you have like, I bet there's many people who wish that they have had their imagination and was able to just really, like, vividly visualize, see themselves or be someone else, and just, able to do that, like, able to do, because, like, as a child we naturally have that ability, but then when you have this maladaptive daydreaming, when you have this, and you have, like, you never really grow out of being a child necessarily. It's not to necessarily say that you're a child, or anyone who's watching this, that they're a child. They're not a child. If you're an adult and you got responsibilities and things and bills to pay, hey. But if you have this and you know that it's getting in the way of your responsibilities and tasks and things that you have to do, then that's what I mean. Like, it's totally understandable, you know. But yeah, so, but it's not to necessarily say that you're a child. It's just, it's almost like you don't really necessarily lose that ability of a child, that ability that we as little children can have, as far as with creating worlds and using our imagination for things, That's how a lot of great writers and great actors and actresses and movie directors who are able to just, you know, come up with the most craziest things. Um, but yeah, just that. And yeah, but it's just like, you don't, yeah, you just have, it's like, it's almost like a superpower, but it's like, just when you let it have control over you, it's almost like it's a coping mechanism, but it's kind of like somebody who's like let's say does a lot of drinking and alcohol and does a lot of drugs, um, um, and does a lot of that. I could attest to that. But anyways, that's another video. I'll get more on addiction and maladaptive daydreaming because openly I struggle with that as well too. But well, not in a necessarily bad way. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I don't necessarily think like, because I don't want anybody to feel bad, like for having this, to feel like a shame, like, oh gosh, I'm not normal, like there's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you're just able to do what others, the average type person, wouldn't necessarily do, because we've been conditioned so much into a society where it's like you just like don't daydream in class and and all of that. And I would daydream in class when I was in school. I would daydream, like I would just be, so I'll be bored, and then I'll like finish my assignments and stuff early, depending on what day it would be and what mood I would be in. But and I would just go off, and people would stare at me like, is she talking to herself? Like what? Yeah, it was that wild for me, and I still do that to this day. Like yesterday, I think last night, and the day before I was having an episode, but it wasn't as bad because I was learning to manage it. I was like trying to clean up and stuff, and I was procrastinating, having a hard time focusing because I was just so lost in the world and the music I was listening to. So yeah. um but um yeah, it's that's basically what it is. It's just when somebody is just daydreaming for like a long, like just a like they just it's just like you just do it consistently. You just do it over and over and over again. And to anybody who wants to stop, I would say, if you want to, like, it can be difficult to try and want to stop. I'm not saying, you know, you're not like, you know, you can't stop. You can try. You can, like, for me personally, what I do to try and help deal with this is I do a lot of present things. So like meditation, journaling, maybe some maybe yoga and maybe exercise. Just like a lot of just like self-care, mental care and stuff. Um and all of that. And um you know, just that. And you know, um you can just like, if you want to try and just like okay, I'm kind of over it. This is like taking away, like if you like realize like, okay, I have things I have to do, and this is kind of like getting in the way of what I want to do in my life. you know, just really do some, if you really find a hard time really getting out of this, really do like some stuff that's gonna help. Write, even try to write down your fantasies or your daydreams. That'll help. Make a movie out of it. Do like a script writing or something, you know. Or for anybody who's an artist like me, like I do. Well, I haven't been really working on my art, but because I'm doing this now. Um, I I'm an artist and I paint and stuff, so um, like that. You know, just there's so many different things that you can do to help with that. If you feel like you're losing control of it and it's just really difficult. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's just that. Um, and then you can even parascosms is where you create worlds and stuff. And then if it's not your world, you'll create, it'll be someone else's world or universe, or like movies. Like I was obsessed with Alice in Wonderland and anime, and I would create, it's either, if I wasn't Alice, I would create a character to kind of like resemble her in a way because I wanted to be like her. But um yeah, that, and uh yeah, that's what it is. It's just, it's called, for anybody again who doesn't know that what it is that you're going through has a name for it. That's what it's called. It's called maladaptive daydreaming. And maladaptive is just a consistent thing, like a consistent behavior that you do over and over again. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so, um, I'm sorry, that was very, like, not as very explained, but these are just for people who don't know what it is and they have this, such as myself. Um, but yeah, um, excuse me for my it's just, it's a way for me to process what it is that I'm going to say next. So, um, yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a wonderful night. If anybody comes across this video, again, you're not alone. Don't feel bad. Don't feel ashamed. It's totally understandable. If you need help, you know, you can comment down below and stuff. And yeah, but I can relate if anybody wants to get out of this and is having a hard time and struggling, such as myself. Um, but yeah, I think this is it for this video, and I hope everybody takes care of themselves well, whoever comes across this video, who's ever watching this, and um, just take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, you know, and if there's anything that you're dealing with, I mean, that is, you know, they having a hard time dealing with, as far as with trauma, and maybe for, I don't know, younger people, younger audiences that I might get, I don't know. If you're feeling like you're having a hard time, and if you feel like you know, you feel like you don't fit in, and you feel like you're left, you're just kind of like left out, you kind of feel like a black sheep, don't, you're not alone. Um, but yeah, just for anybody who's just struggling really, really hard, um, I can totally understand and I can empathize with that. And yeah, so, but thank you so much, and thank you for giving me your time to look at this video. And I really just want to help spread more awareness to the community and help build a community on this channel and stuff, so that we can all be here for each other. And yeah, so have a wonderful night, wonderful day, wherever you guys are. And I'll see you in the next one, because I'm going to be talking about more of it and explaining maladaptive daydreaming and creativity in the next video. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and so we can build together as a community and I can connect with people and stuff. So yeah, but